for today's video, I'm going to be talking about creative direction for lookbooks and carousel ads. Mostly looking at just visuals. Again, I've done a lot of, we've looked at a lot of videos before and just different marketing tactics and playbooks that are used by clothing brands. But today we're going to be looking at just a wide variety of different clothing brands, primarily on Instagram. Looking at the kind of, again, lookbooks and kind of carousel ads, if you will, that they employ. And yeah, just if you're kind of looking for some creative direction or inspiration, just how other brands do it, both large and smaller brands, here's kind of where we're going to get into. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, cool. So this first brand I have is one you've probably heard about if you're big into streetwear. It's called Derschutze, based out of Germany. And so their recent campaign, though, for this Blossom collection, I thought was super fire. Here's kind of the visuals for it. Again, they are a really good brand that does like storytelling with social media extremely well on both like their TikTok and Instagram as well. So they really mastered both platforms respectively. They're really good on their short form video content. They have an employed team of like 3 to 5 people, as far as I can tell, that are constantly doing like skits and things of that nature. So they know how to make their content very engaging. It's not just pushing product in front of you and trying to sell it to you every time. But yeah, here we have this really cool, again, visual set for this Blossom collection. As you can tell with the clothes, they have all this cherry blossom embroidery, just all kinds of things going on with that, again, blossom theme, from the shoes to the pants to the hoodie and everything else that goes with it. But yeah, this clearly takes a high level of production. This is definitely not cheap, I would imagine, to perform something like this, and again, Photoshop and everything that goes along with this. But if you have somewhat of a decent budget, yeah, I think when photography is executed at a high level, from just this whole like collection lens, and you're able to do the really cool things in Photoshop to make this look almost like futuristic and just add another element to it. We even have him like walking this dog. I don't know if it's like a SpongeBob reference from like the Bubble Man, like this bubble dog. But yeah, again, just really cool lookbook. I think it nails it on the head. Of course, also has like these super realistic. I don't know if it's AI generated or what, or how they did it, but these cherry blossom, the actual like trees on the side. Again, they're kind of like this whole like space futuristic vibe. And yeah, clearly like resonates with the consumer. Performed really well on social, and I'm sure they're going to crush this collection. Okay, next up we have Holiday brand. If you don't know, it's a brand founded by a guy named Nick Holiday in LA, I believe. And so yeah, recently he did this new campaign for his collection, which I thought was really cool. Where if you don't immediately catch it, it's almost like a grailed the user interface of it. So let me just pull it up real quick. So I have right here, this is like pretty much similar to the grilled layout, how you'd see it on your phone. It's a little different on the website. But yeah, I thought it was just like a really cool, small like twist to present the clothes. Again, everything that we're going over today is really just about how you present your collection, your clothes, whatever it is you're selling. I mean, you can apply this to outside of just a clothing brand if you want. But yeah, it's all about product presentation and about doing things differently. And so, of course, streetwear is very big on just doing like flips of already existing things. So, of course, Grailed, pretty much the number one like resell, especially like used clothes platform out there. Really smart, just a little flip. Even down to like it says free stickers and stuff. I think normally it would say like free shipping. Has all these other things. Normally this would show like how long ago it was posted, and then you can like bump it, or even like cut the sales on it, and that'll like bump the listing. So yeah, just a lot of things that went into this. I think it's clever, and yeah, just a really cool like little detailed change instead of just putting the hat on a white background and talking about it, right? So yeah, again, the more you can be like creative from every little thing you do for your brand, like that's just gonna matter so much to the consumer. The consumer can tell. It's another way for you to express the creativity within the brand, to tell a story, and just adds another element, especially if you are someone that's trying to, again, charge your clothes at a somewhat premium price point, or even just a little bit higher than the normal average. You have to be doing little things like this to be standing out. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Up In The Drought. If you don't know, they did this recent eye mirror. So they released it first last year, then they did a restock recently. This is just super sick, just concept in general. I've talked about it several times. Sorry if you've seen me talk about it for the 10th time already, but this lookbook for this restock that they did last week, I thought was actually just like super well done. So a lot of it has to do with the color coordination of the actual mirror itself. The outside of it is like this pink color, and then the room that the photo was taken in. So this first one right here, the girl doing her makeup with a pink eye mirror, and then we go into the green one, and then it just chick just kind of almost like in a Zen mode, just chilling. And then we have this guy. We have the blue mirror, and this kind of like reminds me of like the Nemo dentist office a little bit, kind of vibe. But yeah, we have like these aquariums, or not aquarium, fish tanks, and he's got two goldfish or whatever. Yeah, I think all of these just play really well on the color coordination from the mirror itself to the room and everything that's within it. Here we go again with this purple one that kind of contrasts with this orange. We have this like arcade vibe. You can tell by the floor, as well as you have the Pac-Man arcade machine, all this other stuff going on. They're playing video games. Moving on, we have like a lawyer's office. So you have the black one, again, just really fitting in with that kind of tone and the color coordination. Going on to this red one, which looks like they're getting a tattoo. We have all these red panels on the wall, and then lastly, just another nice little like visual to kind of showcase all of the 6 different mirror colorways. So yeah, I think it's just a masterful, way to showcase your product. Again, they could have just done like the 6 mirrors on a white background and some small text about it, something more similar to like this, if that was like a static image. Um, yeah, I think it's really well done and just really like nice photography and set design and everything goes along with that. Again, definitely not like cheap to do all this to this degree, but if you're trying to take your brand to that next level, or you have some type of budget, or you're trying to again charge a premium, or you have a premium product, something like this mirror, I think it was $300 retail if I'm not mistaken. So again, all those little things do matter. Next up, found this brand. It's a much smaller brand. It's called like Tilli, and they just came out with this Aura set recently. Of course, like Aura was one of those like popular like words used last year, so maybe it's a play on that. And of course, we have this whole kind of like Aura idea of like this like vibrant white color poking out. But I like the marketing they did for this. I won't go over the video because again today I'm trying to focus on just like the photos and the visuals. So you can go watch these. But again, I really like this because it just ties into the product. So it's almost like the again like Aura concept. Everyone's kind of like looking towards this guy that's got the set on. And yeah, not much more to it than that. Like the photography is good. I definitely think it's done well. But it's more about just like the concept, getting all the people involved. Everyone's obviously trying to like it's almost like he's a celebrity, right? And everyone's trying to like see him or whatever. And yeah, I think this is just really smart. Going from like a product idea and just tying it all together with this whole aura concept. From the clothes, which objectively or I guess subjectively, I think are like pretty cool. Nothing like too groundbreaking, but still like something different. This whole like just the way the clothes look from like the pattern to again like the white kind of poking out, this kind of gradient. Yeah, I think they just really sell it with this really well done visual marketing campaign from the photos as well as the videos, which is kind of a similar concept of him getting like chased around by like the paparazzi, if you will, or all these people. Okay, next up, just wanted to do another Fugazi ad. If you don't know, they're one of the top upcoming, or I guess pretty much established at this point, streetwear brands out. And what they do very well is both their video and static slash carousel photo ads. So yeah, you can go check out their page. They do a very good job. But I like this one specifically because it says 9 out of 10 journalists recommend Fugazi over any other footwear brand. And then his number 3 was found to be lying. So it's really like 10 out of 10, if you will. And yeah, I just think that's really well done. Simple and concise ad copy. And then again, just the creative direction in general. This red color they use a lot throughout all of their branding. So again, they're a brand that's trying to adopt this kind of like bright red color. It's kind of like they're like when you see that color, you think of them. And at the bottom, we have the bootstraps by Fugazi, Trust No One. That's a common motif they've used several times, Trust No One. And then we have just like the product on a white background next to it. But yeah, I like all of these 1 to 2 photo ads that work really well with the product itself, and oftentimes will reflect something that comes from the video ad as well. This one maybe not as much, but some of the other ones are a direct kind of like response or like follow up to the video ad that they do. So very cool. Okay, next up, shout out the brand Seos, based out of Los Angeles. Does some really cool work. He dropped this Mew jacket last year, but I really want to shout out this whole creative direction for like this photo shoot. I think it's really well done. Obviously, it's a direct, almost like I don't want to say bootleg, but kind of Mew or Mewtwo, and so it makes sense to just completely go out and incorporate Pokemon into like the whole lookbook photo shoot. Of course, we have this box right here as well. He does some of the best packaging out right now, so definitely go check out that. But yeah, in general, I think this whole photo shoot is done really well. It's almost like this kind of like pixelated Pokemon. We have obviously Mewtwo, Ivysaur, Emolga. I haven't watched or been in a Pokemon in a while. The Butterfree, Dugtrio, the Crobat, everything. Yeah, incorporating a lot of different Pokemon. Has all like, again, the people wearing the jacket, kind of just like hanging out, posted up with the Pokemon. He's got his Pokedex right here, taking a selfie with Mew. Really cool, just creative direction in general. Really ties the whole like product together. And yeah, I think it's really smart and well done. And yeah, definitely go check out the products. Okay, next up we have this brand, Pompei brand, and I've seen this kind of like style before, but I just wanted to shout it out because I like it. I think it works sometimes really well. Just this whole idea. Again, you've probably seen this visual before, of like a bunch of like hands holding like the product in the middle. I still think it's something that you could use. Again, I'm just really trying to use this video as something for giving you inspiration for your own lookbooks, or just wanting to have ideas or something to come back onto. Again, just think about if you want to incorporate one of these specific ideas, or go back and make your own iteration. But yeah, this whole concept of like, the people like for the brand holding whatever it is, like a jersey together in the middle. Again, it's been executed before, but I think it just works well, especially when you have a brand that's kind of rooted in something like deep community, family, things like that nature. It just makes much more sense to kind of do something like. Yeah, I think the shoot works well for them, especially because they're going for that more like subtle, quiet luxury, chilling on the beach. Overall, I just think it works well, and yeah, especially when you're looking for like that lead shot, though. Always just be thinking about, like, when you're doing a lookbook or photo shoot, what you can be doing to have one shot that stands out more than the rest, as again, like your lead-in shot. Of course, you're always just trying to stop that scroll, and yeah, I think this one worked well. Okay, next up we have the brand Pluto Golf. Pretty simple. They're obviously a golf brand. And yeah, I think this is something that we're going to continue to see for the foreseeable future. Just these kind of like vintage inspired ads, especially for something like a golf brand. Something like golf or tennis has a lot of vintage inspired ads to kind of pull from brands like a Wilson or Reebok, a Callaway, things like that nature. And yeah, I definitely think it's something that you have to be wary of. You kind of have to nail your ad copy, as well as know what you're doing with, again, like your Photoshop and just everything that goes along with it, your text placement. But yeah, I think they did it to a decent degree. And again, nothing too crazy, but I still think it worked well for what they were trying to accomplish, selling these shoes with the copy, your eyes on the ball, their eyes on your feet. And yeah, I think it was executed well. And I think we're going to continue to see a lot more stuff like this. Okay, the next one I have is this brand called Turn. If you don't know them, they are a brand pretty much rooted in like internet culture and nostalgia. So they do a lot of stuff with like Internet Explorer. They even got the guy, where's he at? The Herald, I believe, meme guy, to do a photo shoot for them. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, they literally did a photo shoot where the iconic Internet Explorer, whatever year it was, desktop home screen was shot. And yeah, they did this. It crushed on social, and just made a ton of sense. And yeah, if you guys have a brand that's like rooted in like one kind of lane, or again, their kind of things like internet culture, nostalgia, so they're always trying to play within that space. If you have a specific lane that you kind of exist in, just always be thinking about what things that very iconic, nostalgic, or just things that people maybe immediately resonate with, or kind of just subconsciously recognize. Yeah, if you can somehow incorporate those things into your lookbooks, photo shoots, everything that you do really in general, I think that'll help a lot. And yeah, I think this has made a lot of sense for them. They do some really cool work. I like the clothes that they do. And yeah, it makes sense too that they just do a lot of stuff rooted in this kind of internet culture, just culture in general. They did how 798 Pokemon cards you can fit in this WinRAR bag. Um, yeah, really cool. Definitely check them out. And then lastly, we have the brand on Instagram. This is three. This is yay hi whatever. The brand Jose Wong. He does some really cool work in general. But his like lookbooks and photography and everything that he does with marketing is always just kind of more like out there, and you don't exactly know what you're gonna get. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, and he does it to a very high degree. Like we have this llama wearing one of his hoodies. Don't know if that's a real picture or not, but very easily could be. And then even for this recent release, like this boyfriend girlfriend 2 layers hoodie, there's a lot of like kind of almost fever dream ish marketing that they did for this one. Even this one, they did all these like different shots as well as some short visuals for some of these. I think definitely use like some AI in some of this. Even like this last one right here, this thing is again feels like a fever dream. There's a lot going on. Obviously selling this hoodie. I think this hoodie is also like $170. So again, if you're selling something at a higher price point, you kind of have to do something different from both the product standpoint. Definitely a lot going on with the product, as well as just the marketing and creative in general with it. So yeah, that's kind of that. That's all I had for again for you guys today. Really wanted this video to be for anyone that just needed some inspiration for the creative direction on their lookbooks and just marketing in general. I know that's something I struggle with. I'm always like pretty satisfied with like the product development side and kind of just like creating like good product. But again, that's like half the battle, and honestly, it's a lot of times the easier part of the battle because selling your product, doing the marketing down from everything from the website design to the video ads, carousels, just everything that goes along with that, the creative. There's a lot that needs to be done there to a good degree to, again, just kind of tell a story and sell something through your brand's lens. So yeah, if you're like me and maybe sometimes struggle with the marketing side, that's kind of what I wanted to go over today. Again, I go over a lot of video content as well, but today we really wanted to look at photography and just like carousels and like static ads and things like that nature. So again, please drop a like, leave a comment, positive or negative, trying to improve this channel, and please subscribe if you've not already, as I am really trying to hit some nice numbers this year. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time.